How Taylor Swift conquered the music industry. How did a young country singer from a Pennsylvanian small town become one of the most important people in the world of music? The amazing path of Taylor Swift is shown in this video, from her early days of strumming a guitar to breaking records and changing what it means to be a superstar. What were the big choices and risky moves she made that helped her take over the music world? Stay tuned as we reveal the plans and stories that made Taylor Swift so famous so quickly. A few characteristics serve as the essence of any great pop symbol, making it instantly identifiable. Michael Jackson in his fedora, John Lennon with his round glasses, Elvis Presley with his toupee, and the main character of this tale of country music and packed stadiums, with hers are all visible. Sharp eyeliner and a vibrant red lip color. Time magazine shows American Taylor Swift, born in 1989 in West Reading, Pennsylvania, the 2023 Person of the Year. His Eras Tour debuted in the same year. It started to spread over the globe and turned into a ubiquitous cultural phenomenon. It's difficult to keep track of all the records that Swift has broken in the last 4 years. Being the only artist to win the Grammy for Album of the Year 4 times is the final goal. She is a 34-year-old businesswoman, producer, director, actor, and most importantly, an icon. Although it feels like it has just started, the music industry has seen more than 18 years of achievements, difficulties, and roadblocks. The function in popular culture. Dave Eskandel, a composer and musical producer at the University of Buffalo's School of New Interactive Technologies, NTI, explains that the Taylor Swift phenomenon needs to be understood in its larger context. His musical progress cannot be understood without his role within pop culture, declares Eskandel. The innocent persona and her narrating skills stand out among other qualities. She has a voice that can tell tales and that instantly bonded with her audience. Swift persuaded her parents to relocate the family from Pennsylvania to Nashville when she was 12 years old in an attempt to land a record deal after seeing a documentary of country music artist Faith Hill. An up-and-coming musical label called Big Machine Records signed him. In 2006, at the tender age of 16, Taylor Swift released her debut country album, which she named after herself. That was the start of his ascent to fame. Teenagers who shared his feelings were welcoming to songs about his high school experiences, where he wasn't popular, the boys he liked ignored him, and he didn't know who he was. Ellie McCausland, a professor at the University of Ghent in Belgium and a pioneer in teaching a course focused on Taylor Swift and literature, says that one of the reasons for her popularity is because fans believe the singer validates their emotions when they have been told they are too emotional. He accomplishes this by using intimate lyrics that also speak to shared experiences. She, her music, and her business are already the subject of courses at least 7 universities. It's said that Taylor Swift has a song for every situation. One may refer to it as a contemporary classic, McCausland comments. Contamination and reputation. However, Taylor Swift wasn't always accepted. Rapper Kanye West and his ex-partner, businesswoman Kim Kardashian, embarrassed and missiled her in a public crisis that erupted in 2016, Eskandel recalls. The artist vanished from social media, and the media ignored him in a booming year of cancel culture. But this has turned out to be his career's pivotal moment. Swift made a comeback to facing accusations with musical arguments, with the release of the album Reputation, 2017, which marked a departure from his earlier work and an apparent pop against the media and social media's criticism. Excuses from the bad pair on Taylor Swift's sexuality. Swift signed a record deal with Republic Records in 2018 following 13 years with Big Machine Records, making all of the singer's master songs, recordings, lyrics, photos, and videos the property of Big Machine Records owner Scott Borchetta. He abruptly quit owning 6 CDs that were released between 2006 and 2017. Swift was never given the chance to purchase her complete back catalog, and Borchetta sold the record label to billionaire Scooter Braun for $300 million, 265 million euros at the time. Braun was at the time overseeing the careers of Justin Bieber, Ariana Grande, and Demi Lovato. Swift made the decision to re-record the 6 albums with new songs that she was not permitted to release at the time because they were too emotional, in order to reclaim complete control over her life and music. This re-recording of the masters, according to Eskandel, is a masterstroke for his career. Such a strategy involved bringing in new supporters. Since then, it was established as an almost blood bond, according to Eskandel, since the singer's relationship with his followers had already been nearly indestructible. Since then, Swift has recorded 4 of her 6 albums under Braun's supervision, adding the moniker Taylor's version to the original name to set them apart from the earlier albums. The most recent album, 1989, Taylor's Version, went on to sell more copies in its first week of release than the original 2015 album, selling 1.29 million to 1.65 million. It was published in October 2023. As of 2023, Swift is a billionaire. However, unlike other powerful people like Jeff Bezos or Bill Gates, she doesn't waste it. McCausland says it's easier to identify with her as a normal person. Nevertheless, criticism has persisted because of its effects on the environment, particularly because it uses two private jets, placing it on the lists of celebrities who pollute the environment more than others. Taylor Swift at a Chicago Eras tour show. In 2019, Swift made a statement about the US government for the first time. Despite never being totally drenched, he's been classified as pro-Democrat. According to the Vote.org platform, there was a 35,000 rise in registrations last year following the publication of an Instagram post encouraging young people to register to vote. As you complete your spring tour of Europe, the European Commission would like to encourage you to assist in getting young people to vote in the 2024 European elections. The query, could Swift change the results of the US election, has previously been raised by the BBC podcast Global Story. It is also not surprising that the Democratic Party of the United States is holding off on supporting Joe Biden in his impending contest against Donald Trump in the presidential election scheduled for November until they receive word from Taylor Swift. Swift has been unstoppable in the past year. In September 2023, the networks began airing videos of her on TikTok and featuring pictures of her on red carpets to show support for her new companion, American football player Travis Kelce, at every NFL game. Since his appearances with Kelce's squad, the Kansas City Chiefs, Swift has produced a worth of 306.8 million euros, according to brand consultancy Apex Marketing Group. With 123.4 million viewers in the US, the Chiefs' victory in the most recent Super Bowl final made history as the highest-rated live broadcast since the moon landing in 1969. The $1 billion journey. The singer started the Eras Tour, a tribute to her discography, in March 2023. With 151 shows scheduled to conclude by the end of 2024, the Wall Street Journal reports that this will have been the biggest tour in music history, with ticket sales expected to reach over $1 billion. Swift entertains her audience with songs, dances, guitar, and piano playing and conversation for over 3.5 hours. There are 16 costume changes, dresses, and sparkly boots, along with 44 uninterrupted songs. In keeping with the concept of their albums, fans exchange friendship bracelets. Every city you visit on your journey has its local economy affected by the Taylor Swift effect. An appearance by the musician suggests, in many respects, an unwarranted rise in consumption during a period when rapid inflation pushes us to do the opposite. A survey conducted by the Poland Business Question Pro indicates that concertgoers attending the band's American concerts are shelling out approximately 1,300 euros for each show, which includes entry, lodging, clothing selection, merchandise, and other costs related to the musical experience. Indeed, this assessment guarantees that the tour will have produced an economic impact of $5 billion upon its conclusion, more than the combined yearly GDP of 50 countries. An average ticket for one of the shows on the tour costs 234 euros, according to Polestar, a statistics consultant on the concert industry. On average, 53,900 tickets are sold for each show. Additionally, tickets have been offered for 3,500 euros when resold. The movie Swift made about the tour that was released in theaters serves as more evidence of her capacity to make money off of any content she creates. 241 million euros have been raised globally for Taylor Swift's The Eras Tour. Michael Jackson had the previous record for the highest-grossing concert film, which is now surpassed by this one. Loyalty to the empire of Swift. In the singer's discography, every record stands for a distinct period, style, and hue. His ability to reinvent himself and switch up his sound has always been appreciated by his fans. However, the singer has also made an effort to stay in the good graces of her early fans while reaching out to new ones. It's important to remember that, as Swift herself states in the song Mastermind from the album Midnight's 2012, nothing in her life or her music is unplanned or measured to the millimeter. And that's how he's been able to establish his empire. Over the past 20 years, she's made a name for herself as one of the most significant artists in the field. It is not conceivable that this bubble will burst suddenly, Eskandel argues. In the middle of the tour, on April 19, he will release his 11th album, The Tortured Poets Department, which admirers think is a direct reference to her former British actor Joe Alwyn. Music lovers will never grow weary of listening to it. It's what they desire. The producer says it's unclear if Swift will be able to keep up with them. If you're fascinated by stories of how icons like Taylor Swift rise to the top, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Join our community to stay updated with the latest insights into the journeys of the world's biggest stars.